Hey everyone, my name is Anders, and today we are continuing my beginner guide series for Black Desert with a look at Tuvala and Naru Enhancement. This will be the first type of enhancement that you will be doing in the game, so it can be a little overwhelming. I have had many questions asking what items do I need to use, what am I supposed to enhance, what fail stack do I use. So in this video, I will be using the new player account I have set up for us to go over hopefully every one of your questions. Let's start with a very basic acquisition of gear in BDO. When you go through the main story, you will be given Naru gear. This is a set of gear that you can think of as quest gear. Its only purpose really is to help you get through the main story faster. Naru will eventually become Tuvala gear, but we'll talk about that later. So Naru gear can be enhanced with beginner blackstones. These are items you will naturally get as quest completion rewards as you go through the main story. You can technically craft them, but the way to do so is kind of terrible, so just know, don't even think about crafting them. As a beginner in seasons, the season pass will ask you to enhance your Naru gear to +5, then +15, then pen, and that's where we need to break down some things to better understand the basics of enhancing in BDO. Naru gear requires a certain amount of beginner blackstones per enhancement level. At the beginning, you will have a 100% chance to enhance that item to the next level. However, as you reach higher enhanced levels, you will notice your success chance will decrease. If your enhancement fails, your item will lose max durability. The lower your max durability, the faster your item will be breaking as you grind, and you'll need to repair it with a blacksmith. With Naru, they are generous in that the loss of durability is minimal on enhancing fails, and the success rates are very high. For Naru, I would recommend you simply just click that enhance button over and over until you reach +15. If you run out of beginner blackstones, which could happen if you're still in the middle of the main story, just continue the story and you will eventually get more than enough of these items to get all of your Naru gear to max level. The reason I ask you to get each piece to +15 first is because when you reach +15, you want to make sure to equip it on your character by right-clicking on the item from your inventory window. The season pass, like I said, has some objectives that require you to equip Naru and Tuvala gear at certain levels, and if you enhance too quickly, you may end up locking yourself out of some rewards and needing to get new Naru pieces to satisfy the season pass conditions. You'll also notice whenever your enhancement fails, your current enhancement chance will increase. This happens every time you fail an enhancement. Your success chance increases until you succeed, and then it resets and you start over. Every item and enhancement level has a base success rate, which for our Naru gear here is very high, so we shouldn't be failing too often. When we reach +15 and we enhance to the next level, instead of +16, then +17 to +20. The game calls these levels Pry, Duo, Try, Tet, and Pen. You can think of them as +16 to +20 if that helps you visualize the levels better, but Pry to Pen is fairly easy to understand, I think. And once you get your gear to Duo, you will notice something new starting to happen when you fail trying to get the Try enhancement level. Your item that was Duo will go back down to Pry on fails. It can't go below Pry, but now every time we fail an enhancement going for Try, going for Tet, and going for Pen, we also go back down an enhancement level. That's okay though, Naru is easy gear, you have nothing to worry about. Naru's success rate, like I keep saying, is very high, so the strategy, again, for Naru enhancing, just click the button until you reach the max enhancement level of Pen, you'll get there. When you do reach Pen Naru, your season character will ask you to convert your Pen Naru to Tuvala gear. This is good, we want to do that, but we don't want to do that just yet because we focus on getting your other pieces to Pen Naru and then equipping those Pen Naru gears to your character by pressing the right click on the item on the inventory. That should satisfy the season pass objectives, and once that's done, you can reopen your inventory, unequip all of your Pen Naru gear, and click on the convert icon. Right click on each piece and convert each one into Pry Tuvala pieces. One very important thing I want you to remember, you will also receive Naru Accessories from the main story. These are worthless. They do not enhance like our normal Naru gear, and they do not convert into Tuvala accessories. So Naru armor, Naru weapons, those are good. Naru accessories, don't bother or worry about enhancing those. And that's Naru gear, basically all you need to know about them. Naru is really there for us to get our Pry Tuvala gear set. Now with that Tuvala gear, things get a little bit more interesting. You can't just simply click the button important to pen because our success rate is now lower on Tuvala gear and your max durability per fail is also higher, so that's why we need to go over some new items that are important to you and for enhancing Tuvala gear. The first one's going to be timeless blackstones. These are the new beginner blackstone you will use, but these are only for Tuvala gear. You get these from objective rewards, leveling on season, and grinding on season servers. Tuvala ore is your repair material. You use this to repair your Tuvala armors and weapons, and you can also use it to exchange ore for base Tuvala accessories. You get these from objective rewards and grinding on season servers. The final item is refined magical blackstone. It's an item that allows you to force enhance, so 100% enhance an item from plus 15 to pry to duo, or duo to try. Usually you want to use them for duo to try. You get these from objective rewards and grinding on season servers as well. So again, those are the three main items we're going to need to enhance our Tuvala gear. As we start enhancing our pry Tuvala for duo, I suggest using the base success rate, stopping at around 20 to 25 success chance. The success chance number is commonly called a fail stack, since each fail increases that number, stacking on top of it. Pretty simple concept. But let's say you're trying to enhance the duo. What happens if we reach the 20 to 25 fail stack range that I recommend for the item and the item is still pry? Well, we can do one of two things. We can keep trying to enhance on that stack, or we can save that fail stack for something more valuable, like going for try Tuvala instead of duo Tuvala. To do that, there are three ways of saving fail stacks in this game. One way is by buying blacksmith books from the blacksmith. These will allow you to save your stack and convert it into an Advice of Valk's item of the same success chance. You can then use it whenever you want from your inventory. You can use Advice of Valk's when you have no enhancement chance to instantly boost your chance to whatever the scroll has saved. You can think of it like starting from 50 success chance using a 50 scroll instead of 0, saving you some time and improving your odds. You can get some Advice of Valk's from events. From Fugar as well, he will have a quest line asking you to show him try Tuvala gear and Tet Tuvala weapons and armors in exchange for some Advice of Valk's items that can prove useful. The second way is to use Natter's Band. This is found right on your enhancement window. There is a quest from the Black Spirit that will give you one free Natter's Band slot. A second way to get one free slot is through the loyalty shop, and of course you can buy them from the cash shop. This item will basically save whatever fail stack you have into the band, and then you can use it whenever you need it. Works kind of like the Advice of Valk's method, but you don't have to keep buying blacksmith books. The third way is to put all of your enhancing material, all your Tuvala gear, all of it in the town storage and switch to another character. Take out all of those items from that town storage onto the new character and continue enhancing. The fail stack on your main character is going to be preserved with that character, and this alt will have a fresh success rate. You can keep doing this as much as you want, but it can be a little tedious having to swap characters so often, so it's really up to you. To repair your items when they do lose too much durability, it's going to stop you from enhancing. You are unable to continue, so you need to go to your town blacksmith and repair there. Like I mentioned before, failing enhancements is going to take out max durability on an item, whereas normal use like grinding takes out normal durability. You can repair normal durability with silver, but max durability can only be repaired through Tuvala ore. Tuvala gear can also use another repair material called memory fragment. Memory fragments are your main repair material in this game for boss grade or higher end gear, but you can still use it for Tuvala gear for some reason. Each memory fragment repairs one max durability of yellow and red grade gear. You can get them primarily from boss scrolls and relic scrolls. Tuvala ore does something similar for your Tuvala gear, but instead of repairing one max durability, they repair 10 max durability each, and these can only be used for Tuvala gear. Now here's a very important tip: never use memory fragments for Tuvala or green gear. Never ever do that. They are highly valuable items and you want to save them for much later on in your progression. Even though you can use it for Tuvala gear, I highly recommend that you just do not do that. I also have to mention another item that you will be getting from events: Artisan Memory. You can boost the amount of max durability repaired by using a cash shop item called Artisan Memory. This will improve the potency of your repair material by 5, so one memory fragment with one Artisan Memory will repair 5 max durability to a boss item instead of just one. One Tuvala ore with one Artisan Memory will repair 50 max durability instead of 10. Artisan Memory can be obtained from events and from the cash shop. Now here's another very important tip: never use Artisan Memory for Tuvala or green gear. Never ever do that. Artisan memory is really hard to get for free, so you want to save them for your gear progression much later down the road. Now, another item we need to discuss briefly is crons. Cron stones are your safety items. Essentially, offering up a certain amount of crons for armors and weapons will prevent the item from degrading if the enhancement fails. For accessories, it will prevent the item from getting deleted on fails, but there is a chance for the enhancement level of the accessory to degrade. You can get cron stones by exchanging outfits from the cash shop or by buying them from the blacksmith, though the cost is much greater than if you were to exchange outfits instead. Now, the third very important tip, I think you know where I'm going with this one. Never ever use cron stones for Tuvala or lower value items. You will regret using them this way. Eventually, you're gonna need cron stones, and a lot of them down the road. Now, the last couple of items we need to talk about is Valk's Cry and Fairy Blessing. They're basically the same thing with just different names. These items increase your enhancement chance by 1. It stacks over your current enhancement chance and can be done up to plus 13 if you have completed the Herald Adventure log. You get these from events, from the cash shop, token exchanges, and from Fairy Wings for the Fairy's Blessing in particular. Now, these are okay to use for, say, Pen Tuvala enhancement. Valk's Cry is really not that difficult to get from my experience, but at least save it for Pen Tuvala enhancement. I think it's okay to use there, but if you want to be efficient, save them for your progression later on. Now, hopefully I haven't lost you. Now, I mentioned these items and I tell you not to use them, but the reason I did that is because as a beginner, as a new player, you get a lot of these items for free, and I see a lot of people make the mistake of using them for Tuvala. It's not really the end of the world if you've used crons or memory fragments for Tuvala, but I just want to explain what those items are and why you should save them for later on. So moving on with Tuvala enhancing, Tuvala accessory enhancing is slightly different from the type of enhancing we've talked about till now. You still use Failstack ranges, but you have to use the same type of item to enhance instead of the timeless blackstones. You also only have a base to pen enhancement range, so base plus 0, then pry, duo, try, tet, and pen. The item will be deleted if you fail your enhancement unless you use cron stones. The way you get base Tuvala accessories is by exchanging Tuvala ore with the blacksmith for the accessory of your choice. I have a complete enhancement range chart for you on the screen here so you can see how much fail stacks you want to use for each level of enhancement on Tuvala gear. These will also be on the Discord if you need to see a larger version. The process for enhancing to try, tet, and pen Tuvala is the same as us going for duo Tuvala for every level. You'll be doing the same process, enhancing, failing, repairing when needed, and just keep trying. Use the fail stack ranges I recommend. Eventually, everything will go pen. If you run out of materials, grind some more on season servers. Make sure to do the Ancient Invasion events. When they do spawn while you grind, they give a ton of materials, and they only happen on season servers. And make sure to do your weekly season quest for even more materials. There's also an item from your season pass, and sometimes given through season events, that will allow you to have a 100% success chance for pen on an armor and an accessory, so make sure to use those on your Tet Tuvala to get some free pens and save you some materials. And that's Tuvala and Naru enhancing in as concise a guide as I can make it. There is still a lot more to talk about regarding enhancing, but season Tuvala gear will be the majority of your enhancing experience coming back into the game or starting the game fresh. This system remains the same no matter which season you do. It may even get easier in the future, but after season Tuvala, enhancing is honestly pretty optional in BDO until you reach some crazy levels of gear. So I wanted to lay out all the relevant information you needed to know and tell you basically don't worry about everything else that has to do with enhancing. If you understand this guide, you're all set. Let me know your thoughts on this guide and videos like this in the comments. Reminder, support your creator event is on. Every purchase you make, you can use code ANDERS. Capitalization does not matter, and at no additional cost to you, I will get a small kickback. Always appreciated. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.